Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Not-so-Newbee Rumble 16, where today we will probably be finishing off the battles, actually. Next week we'll have the Battle Royale, of course, but as for the normal battles, those will be finished today. Starting off with the Knight of Selena fighting the Reluctance. Curious how that one's gonna go. The Knight of Selena. I mean, there's the Reluctance. Let's get that out of the way. Give it a spawn altitude and its 30-degree angle. And there's the Knight of Selena, which I guess we can be fair and spawn at 100 as well. It's a rammer and an airship. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get the battle going. Here we go. The Knight of Selena getting some shots out. Oddly enough, these missiles went into the water for a bit there. Those got zapped by the lamps, okay. The lamps on the Selena doing some great work, it seems. But not stopping everything. I see some damage coming through due to the APS, mainly. And the Selena is also doing a pretty good job at dealing out some damage. It's got some decent-ish shells here. At EMP search traveled quite far. Now, oddly enough, the Reluctance is actually the one chasing down, where the Selena is usually the one that's a rammer. And oh no, this was not an intentional contact, I don't think. This was not great for the Reluctance. It was actually horrible for the Reluctance. It wasn't exactly great for the Selena either, though. The Selena is taking a dive down into the water. And I mean, did it lose anything significant in this collision? It doesn't look like it did. It only took some damage to the frontal armor, which that's of course still bad, but I mean, looking at the Reluctance, that thing's kind of torn open. This turret is gone. What's in this box here? That's missiles. They're still here, although barely. And yeah, this is not looking very nice. That's all I can say. Although, of course, the Knight of Selena struggling a little bit is also not helping it. Oh, we've got some DQ points going on. The Knight of Selena is gaining DQ points, oddly enough. And it's not trying to get close. It is facing with the front that, oh god, that's a cram turret that can snipe out. Like a whole cram turret. Yeah, the Reluctance is kind of struggling a little bit here. EMP surge hitting. Let's take a look at the Knight of Selena, which is currently in its runaway phase again. Taking the occasional hit and losing some wedges and whatnot, but nothing critical. It is almost out of materials, which ain't helping it. And we all know what happens when the Selena is out of materials. Oh, here goes another ram. Can the Reluctance run away in time? Good thing it still has that back gun intact. Oh, Selena going high into the sky. And back down. How far down is it going? All the way down. Which doesn't kill it though. But it's gonna turn in and get its bearings right again. Else it'll gain more DQ points and eventually despawn. The Reluctance, oddly enough, is higher than it was at the start of the match in terms of material storage. Oh, there goes the Selena, DQ'd. But yeah, the Reluctance must have gotten the materials back for that turret it lost. Else, otherwise I couldn't really explain to myself how it's got 25,000 materials remaining when it started with 20. But yeah, decent first fight. Certainly an uncomfortable ram for both sides here. Now then, let me just check up. Apparently, Challenge doesn't want to stay open right now. At least it closed down again. So I'll just go off of memory for the next battle. That being the Firestorm against the Z5. Certainly an unfortunate matchup for a torpedo boat to be facing, well, a skimmer that's barely even in the water. There we go. But who knows, maybe the Z5 can do something with its guns, which surprisingly enough sometimes do damage. It certainly won't live for long with the barrage that's coming at it. And yeah, the torps are not even homing. That's how bad it be. Although Z5 is... I mean, it's staying somewhat angled, which might reduce the incoming damage a little bit. It's not gonna save it. And in the end is actually probably going to be detrimental because... yeah, there goes a turret cap. Oh, that's aiming for another turret cap. And didn't quite kill it. Let's go for the bow turret again. Firestorm has taken some damage, certainly. But it's probably mainly armor losses that it's been taking. Oh, the Z5 has got an issue with turning back in as well. Just like most craft. So the Z5 is probably actually going to just DQ. Yeah. It too lacked the turning capabilities. So yeah, this one goes to the Firestorm. Let's just see what damage it took from the few hits that did land. Looks like the guns didn't take any at all. This here looks like it drilled all the way through, but there's like nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, this gun was very close to death. And I guess ammo detonation over here. Unless the ammo wasn't mirrored over, but I assume that there was ammo here. Hey, decent enough. Oh look, it was actually very close to that jet engine back here as well. The Z5 could have done something. Oh well, next time it'll come with more turning capabilities. And now let me try to open up Challenge again, because this shit should just stay the fuck open. There we go, now I can put in the results as well. Which were, there we go, the Reluctance taking a win, and the Firestorm taking a win. Let's see who's gonna take a win in the fight between Reluctance and Firestorm next, because, well, I mean, the Reluctance does have some fighting capabilities here. It's got shields, which help immensely against APS spam, especially low caliber like this. And its weapons should be capable of dealing pretty decent damage to the Firestorm as well. Here we go. The shields are deflecting some of the incoming fire for sure. Something which the Z5 didn't have, so yeah. The Firestorm is gaining DQ points. The Reluctance is not. It is actually chasing down as well. Multiple missile impacts. Oh. Oh, and that was the AI. I guess I'm gonna take this one as thumbnail. That was quick. Quicker even than the Z5 death. So the Firestorm, the winner of last Newbie Rumble, is, without any changes made to it, actually out. Reluctance moving on to the last battle of the losers bracket, fighting against the Archfey II. There we go. Get the Archfey II in here. The Reluctance can stay as is. So, where are the competitors? There we go. Now, we haven't seen the Archfey II in a bit, so I'll fly over to it and have a look-see. It is a ship with two very big APS guns. The Seawoos at the back. Some, I believe these are interceptors, these launchers here. Yes, they are. All of those. And it's got the funny torpedo decoy in the back. But the torpedo decoy obviously doesn't matter because the Reluctance doesn't have torpedoes. I'll just stick with the Archfey II for a bit here. Watch it go. The Seawoos did shoot down all the missiles. Here come the Crams, also getting shot down. And that missile must have come in from the blind angle because the Seawoos did not try to target them. Crams getting intercepted. The APS shells of the Reluctance seem to be doing decent damage so far. What would of course be beneficial is if the APS shells of the Reluctance took out that Seawoos gun, so the missiles could hit too. Who joined us? It is BRM. Hello. Just a little bit too late to see the fights of your vehicle. Oh, no DQ points gained here. And this is Panda. Hello. It's been a while. Yeah, work certainly is something. The Reluctance is now falling behind. But it seems like we've got a little bit of a stalemate between these two here. So, oh no, we don't. The Reluctance is going down. At least down into the water. Now we do know the Reluctance is usually floating and not sinking down like most airships would. So now it's just a ship. Yeah, so I can actually talk about something. I just, an hour ago or something, had a very funny firefighter call actually. So everybody knows this stereotypical firefighter call of rescuing a cat out of a tree or something. It's like the most standard situation people think of with firefighters, right? So like, what do you do when the cat isn't sitting in a tree, but inside the firefighter truck? And not like in the cabin, but right in the engine. Or like, not inside the engine, but right on top of the engine. Like, you can't drive anywhere, so you gotta get it out of there. And yeah, so the first comrade to notice it had a very standard or very typical idea of how to solve this issue. That idea being to just drive forward and backward with the truck until the cat is scared and goes out. Unsurprisingly, that did not work very well, but hey. So then later me and my dad and another comrade actually took our time to lure this cat out of its position. But first we checked if it was even stuck there in the first place, which it wasn't. It just sat there because it was scared or something. And then we just lured it out with basically just meat. We lured it into within range so we could grab it, pull it out of there, and eventually had it out of our firefighter truck, finally. Now, yeah, that was quite a situation, of course. And to make matters worse, that cat wasn't a very small one either. That was a chonker of a cat. Absolute unit. We kinda had to grab that cat out there somehow. We needed to get it within range, within grasping range first. He couldn't get it out beforehand because he really wedged himself in there between engine and cabin somewhere. We couldn't just get our hands in between there and grab him. Oh, and I think that was the AI of the Archfey II. Yes, it was. So the battle's over. The Reluctance wins. That was a very, very, very good fight. But yeah, that was kind of my funny story of the day. The story of that fucking humongous cat that just refused to get out of there. Now, it was absolutely shivering while it was sitting in there, so it was probably just scared and didn't move because of that, but still. I mean, we got it out, so it's safe. The cat is fine. Now then, on to probably last battle, or second to last, depending on how it goes. The final battle, the refitted trimmer going up against the Reluctance. There it is. And on we go. Now, let's take a look at the trimmer again, because we haven't seen it in a while. For those who don't know it, basically, a ship, a canoe, with guns. It's as simple as that, really. Firing some Sabo had APHE, which, of course, not optimal, but it happens. Living up to the tournament name. And unlike the Reluctance, which is very quick and airship, of course, this thing is quite the opposite. It's not fast, it's nothing really of that regard, it's just big. Not even shooting down any of the missiles or anything, but it has strong guns. Although the outer wooden hull is of course getting absolutely torn to pieces. But does that really matter? Does the wood matter? It is also beating down on the Reluctance, and we've seen the Reluctance fall out of the sky multiple times already. So it's not unexpected of it to do that again here. Some very big chunks of wood falling off here. The stern of it is there near submerged underwater at this point. The trimmer has also gained DQ points, which, I mean, we all know the Reluctance is kind of causing DQ points to gather up in battles it takes part in. The Reluctance is also quite low on health, so it's probably lost a turret somewhere. Yes, it did. This Cram turret is out of commission. This one is out of commission too. But apart from that, it doesn't even look like it lost a full turret. So it's just actually low on health. Has taken severe damage like that. Which, I mean, maybe the shields can help a bit. But this was only metal falling. Another drive or fly over, really. Unfortunately for the Reluctance, the turrets of the refitted trimmer are, unlike the ship itself, quite fast. And they can aim up. So flying directly overhead is not helping it in many ways. I mean, look at the damage it's taking. There we go, more metal being chunked off. Trimmer is still firing out of all 4 guns, I believe. Yeah, it still has all 4 guns going on and firing at targets. Oh, and there goes the Reluctance. It's in the water. And it's kind of rolled over. Although it floats. It's stabilizing again. That APS gun just got bodied by a shell. Yeah, it's cooked. It's over for that gun. And there goes the whole gun actually. It just got completely removed. Now while the trimmer is behind in terms of health, it is still firing out of all 4 guns. Whereas the Reluctance is really down on weapons at this point. And the rate at which the trimmer is losing health is also much lower now that it doesn't have much wood left. Really, this is down to the Reluctance getting a few good hits in with... I mean, the shells do pretty good against wood, but this isn't wood. This is some very heavy armor around the turrets, which it needs to work its way through. And that turret looks like it's being shot at. So, not sure how much longer this turret is even in the fight anymore. Yeah, see, there's already APS parts flying around. Yeah, the turret is exposed. It's really just a matter of time here. So that thing is gone. Trimmer has taken the lead now. Turret isn't feeling so good. Yeah, it's not feeling great. The Trimmer's turret's still doing fine. Heat shells would have been useful. That's all I can say. Or just heat in general. We've seen heat take out the guns on the trimmer more than once. So that seems to be one of the most reliable ways to defeating it. And there's an AI dead on the Reluctance. So the trimmer takes the win of Not-so-Newbee Rumble 16. Now, how long have we been going? Well, this one's gonna be a very, very short video at 25 minutes. But yeah, that's it. This concludes our battle. Yeah, a very well-deserved win for the trimmer, for sure. It's been in the finals for Newbie Rumble 16 round 1, so definitely a deserved win. And yeah, I mean, it was a very close win or loss for the trimmer in the first round too, so kind of expected. Although this time it didn't have to fight the... Yeah, it kind of lost because of DQ, yeah. But still, it got lucky to not be fighting the Firestorm again this time, which could have been, of course, unfortunate for it. Even though it won against the Firestorm once, it lost twice in the finals against the Firestorm afterwards. So, yeah, that happened. Either way though, very, very, very nice battles. And yeah, I got the video uploading. Next week we will be doing the Battle Royale, of course. And after that I'll have some vacation actually. I'll have 2 weeks of just holidays. And I'll spend one of those weeks in Austria, just visiting relatives or family friends there. So yeah, looking forward to that. Maybe I'll get some bonus battles out in that time too. Do we know what our 17 will be? Not quite yet. Although I was thinking about just doing sort of a fleet Newbie Rumble with increased budget of up to 300k. People can bring either one vehicle or they can bring up to 10 different vehicles and make a little fleet of sorts. So yeah, that would be kind of an idea for Newbie Rumble 16 or 17. Heli Swarm inbound. I think I'll make those things carrier bound again, if there's going to be helicopters. Carriers are of course also cool, so if somebody brings a carrier with a bunch of helicopters or planes, I'm all for that. And yeah, that would be certainly an option in Newbie Rumble 16 or 17. I'm still stuck with 16 in my head. I'll bring a DD for the second round. Oh yeah, you are champion now, so you can't really come anymore within the first round, right, Bjorn? Good point. The curse of being champion, no longer being able to take part in Newbie Rumble round 1. Of course it does come at a cost. Now you gotta explain to us, Kiwi, what is a gleeby-deeby? I am no longer fluid in the language of you young whippersnappers. Yeah, okay. I still don't really understand, but yeah. I'm getting too old for this. No, of course I'm not. Newbie Rumble will of course continue. I'll keep it running for... I mean, hell, as long as work allows me to do it, and in my free time I'll keep going. And yeah, this one shall be the end of the video, so see everybody at the Battle Royale, and until then, goodbye.